Hey guys, how's it going? It's me, Miss Allie, and special guests.
Me and...
What's your name?
Me, Frankie, your teacher's daughter. And this is Emmy, and it is her birthday tomorrow.
Happy birthday, Emmy.
Happy birthday.
How old is she turning?
18, actually.
18? Is she
Yeah.
gonna move out? You know, when you turn 18, traditionally, you move out of the house.
Nope, she's not going to move out.
Yeah, kids are doing that more and more these days. It's okay, she can stay here.
She decided to stay here until she's probably like 20 or like 30.
Okay, 20 or 30. So, we're here to talk to you guys about water. Did you know a few things about water? Like, did you know that your body is mostly water?
I didn't know that.
In fact, it's made up like 60% of your body is water. That means if you had a 10-pack of donuts, like you had 10 donuts, water in your body would be like 6 of those donuts. Did you know that?
No.
The earth also is mostly water. More than half of the...
What?
Yeah. More than half
That's
of...
crazy.
I know. More than half of the earth is water. In fact, 70% of the earth is water. I wish we had a picture of the earth.
Well, I guess I have one right here.
Ah. Wow. Cool. This is the earth. And I see that there's water mostly on earth.
On water.
70% of the earth is water. That means out of a 10-pack of donuts on earth, 7 of those donuts are water.
I thought you said 6 last time.
That was the body.
Oh.
And this is the earth. And the earth has 2 kinds of waters. Most of the water on earth is salt water. The same kind of salt that you put on your food. And then there's fresh water, which are like lakes, and there's some freshwater river water lakes or fresh rivers. But most of the water is salt water. And today we're going to do an art project, and we're going to make an earth. And we're going to make an earth using some paint and some clay. And we're going to make sure that our earth is mostly water. More than half is water. And Frankie's going to highlight that it's mostly salt water. That's right. So what do you say we get started, Frankie? You ready?
Yes, I'm totally ready.
All right, let's do it. Make sure you put the cap on that pen.
Yes.
And let's let your friend Emmy hold your whiteboard here. Maybe like slide it under Emmy, like, yeah, there we go. So, everybody got a yellow sponge.
And some of this clay blue stuff.
That is actually the paint from our class paint palettes. I took one of those little, we call them like little paint cakes, and I, mixed it up so that I broke them all up so that everybody has a little chunk. So if you take your cup that has the little paint chunk.
Whoever made that name, Paint Cake, that is totally great. We just call our paints paint. So that's kind of boring.
Okay, so to make our earth art project, we want to make sure that we color this paper plate blue, because the color of water is
blue.
Blue.
So we get your yellow sponge, and then
everybody got a cup with a little chunk of blue paint in it. And if you get your sponge a little wet, you can dip it into this on the blue chunk, and it's going to turn into paint.
And then you can paint the plate, and then look what I just made.
Wow.
Blue paint.
Yeah, so you're making the earth. So we want to make sure we get that whole paint, or the whole paper plate covered in blue paint.
So you can dip it back in.
And you can kind of change the color of blue with how much water you use on your sponge and how wet you make it. Now, if you want to keep this for later and do more painting on other white pieces of paper, that blue will last a little while longer. But it looks like right now Frankie's got a good looking earth going. So maybe just get the corners here. All right.
And then you have your blue earth. And after you add this blue paint, you're going to let it dry. And after that's done, add this, what you got in your box. You have blue clay.
Green clay.
Green clay.
It's actually teal. Frankie corrected me.
Yes.
Yes. So we're going to let that blue plate dry, and you're going to let it dry. And then we're going to come back and we're going to do a second video about how we're going to add the land masses to our earth here. Hope you're having fun. Frankie's squeezing more. Remember, if it gets too wet, it might not dry that easily and it might get a hole in it. So you don't want to soak it too much in water. This looks fantastic though. I can't wait to see what it's going to look like with some land on it. Okay, we're back. Did our plate dry?
Yes, it did.
All right. What were you guys doing when your plate was drying? We'll show you a little picture of what we were up to. All right. The next step is, remember, we're turning this into the earth. And we know that the earth is mostly water. That means more than half of the earth is water.
So you need to get your land or your water. Is this water or land?
That's land.
So you need to get
This
your
is water.
land.
And we're going to make this into a globe. So you're going to use some of the clay that you got. And it's pretty hard, so
You're going to have to like make it into this kind of like ball. Make it really smooth. And then you can start like grabbing pieces of it. And then start making your land. But don't make too much. Because then, wouldn't the water show?
That's right. It needs to be mostly water.
Mostly water.
So let's make some land on here. Let's see. What countries are you going to make?
I am going to make California.
Okay. California is a state in the country, the United States, on a continent called North America. So you want to make North America? I'll do Europe up here. Now the cool thing about the earth is that it has land kind of in different places depending on where you're looking at the earth. Do you remember when we brought in that globe and we all laid on our bellies and we were looking at the way that the sun was shining on the earth? We did that. You weren't there because
I wasn't there because
You know.
I need to do school.
she was in her school.
It's making me missing. Just missing.
You miss your school too, Frankie?
I miss my school so much.
What do you miss most about being in school?
I miss that I can't see my friends.
Yeah.
And I can't do any parts of my fun stuff.
Yeah.
I made a poster for my teacher. Maybe you guys can do that for
Oh,
her.
yeah, I've gotten some letters.
Yep.
It's been
And
pretty-
try not to get that much fingerprints because look how much fingerprints we got into that.
I don't mind those fingerprints. I like it. It reminds me of like
Land?
mountains or.
It doesn't remind me. It just looks like fingerprints.
Okay, I'll try to make mine less fingerprinty for
Try to
you.
make it smooth.
Okay. So how much more land? It looks like we're getting a lot of land. Remember, we don't want to do too much land. Maybe down here.
Yeah, I just need to keep this one up because I still
Okay.
don't.
Yeah, you really want to squish it into the plate so that it sticks. It's a good point. Frankie's part right here wasn't super squished. I think this looks pretty good. Can we show our friends at home?
Yes, we will definitely show our friends at home.
Okay.
Do you guys think that this is pretty good? Landies?
I think so.
Yeah.
Now, it's looking very Earth-like. I'm going to do one more step to this earth here. I'm going to take a black Sharpie, and maybe your family has a black Sharpie. If you don't have a black Sharpie, you know what else will work is your black writing pen that you went home with.
Yes.
So Frankie, if you wanted to take this black Sharpie and now just go on the outside of your land. Now we talked about how the Earth's water makes up 70% of the Earth, and that some of that water is salt water, and some of that water is fresh water.
Yes, like we talked about.
Yeah, but the most of it is what? What kind of water? Is it mostly salt water or fresh water?
We got it right here.
Oh.
Right there.
Mostly salt water. Those are like the oceans. Like the oceans are like the big parts of the water on Earth.
And not just like little lakes or anything. It's kind of hard.
Yeah.
Make sure a parent and you can do this, because if you get Sharpie on the clay,
Yeah, it's okay. And you don't have to go super close to the land. Just as long as you go somewhat on the outside, it doesn't have to be super close. It's looking really good though, Frankie. I like it. Now remember that when you're doing the paint part, less water is better, because this one took a little while to dry, but like I said, we were busy.
Excuse me, little while.
What?
A lot.
A long while to dry, because we used a lot of water on our sponge.
So
but if you
make
keep your
sure
sponge just a little wet and you dip it in here, this probably would make a nice blue. Can I go back over it a little bit?
Yes.
Okay, let's see. While she's doing it, ooh, see what happened when I added just a little less water? Look how much darker, you want to show our friends? The blue got. The dark blue can kind of be like the deeper parts of the ocean.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
And
All right.
kindergarteners have a lot of imagination, so you guys are lucky.
That's true. What have you been up to, Frankie, this break? Want me to take over?
Yes.
Okay.
So on this break, I've just been being good, jumping on the trampoline with my favorite brother, because I only have one, and hoping that something can come back.
Like what?
Like school.
Like school.
Why
Wow.
did you do that so quickly?
I just did it on the outside. I think when you were doing it, you were really focusing. So look at this. How beautiful, Frankie.
Yes.
It's almost done. I think we need to add one more touch. What about you?
Yes.
Okay. Oh.
So we have string here, and we are going to show you how you can attach it to your wall. So it can be like a wall, earth land.
Earth land.
So you would get this, and then you would, which way do you want?
So I think a good way to do it is to hang it like a picture. So you need to have a piece of rope, and you want to put it this way, and then you want to tape it down on both sides. Oh, and not on the middles. You want them to be on the sides so that it can stay up.
Yeah, and then you get the other piece of string and put it on the other side.
And we'll give you we'll make sure you see what this looks like on the back. So then your back looks like this, and you can hang it on the wall just like this. Look at that. Wow. Would you say that our earth is mostly water, the earth that we created?
Yes.
I think so. So that's it. You want to do?
I'm going to do, and you might want to do double tape because it might fall off and then your earth might get destroyed.
Yeah, well, we do all we can not to destroy the earth. That's for certain. All right, guys. Well, we hope you enjoyed crafting with us. We sure liked doing it together.
Yeah, I totally loved it.
Yes.
I'm
You want to do it again sometime?
Yeah, maybe next time we can do maybe how to help trash get picked up.
Like how to pick up trash. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you mind if Emmy displays this earth?
Yes.
Like.
A funny teacher always does funny stuff. So, funny.
Funny. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Have fun.
Bye.
See you next time. Peace.
Peace.